Tatuhati doesn't have a body for to look good. Her body
Tatuhati
is not amazing. Tatuhati's body is not amazing. Zingumalo's body is amazing. Just a body for body. As a naked body.
What a body for body.
Yeah.
Lo mntana uyancila ngoku yabo baba uyabo ngoku sisi uyancila ngoku uncila muru asoze uncila kanje uba uhetishwa ngapha.
You're gonna come here and discuss people's businesses and lives and looks and according to your standard. Why the fuck should anyone care about your standard? Because your standard doesn't mean anything on paper. Do you understand that? There's nothing that your opinion has done to grow anybody here.
So the reason why that podcast continues to do the same thing time and time again, where they offend artists and don't actually talk about the music and talk about other things that have nothing to do with the music, is because they know that you as the audience member that is subscribed, that is following them, that is commenting, that is liking every single week, bayazi ukuthi nizoba defend, and that you guys actually agree with their sentiments. And for that, bayoloko baqhubeka until you guys can also change your behavior. Lebu Line also released a video earlier on today speaking about audiences, right? To say, even with those audiences that have followed the channel that also had a problem, with what the host had said about, the songsters, the reality is that you guys are not making the situation any easier because you're not also shifting your viewership, meaning you're not actually reflecting on your own behavior. Because if you had a level of empathy, you would have actually unsubscribed a long time ago. But no, we're here. How many incidents have actually happened where artists have either come at them for saying the things that they've said, and they still continue to do and say the things that they say because people are allowing them. The second reality also is that even the network that they're under also kind of protects them to an extent, and that's the reason why they're still here. They are not moving, and they will continue saying controversial things without any form of repercussions and consequences, because it's the numbers that matter at the end of the day. But my biggest question will always be, Uguti, ansabi yini lezi zinto enizikhulumayo on this podcast? Are you guys not scared that one day soba nomuntu ozona ngiyayibona le ka loweza ne, the other artist that confronted them, but it's going to get to a point where in public it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And so there's only really so much scrutiny that you can face as a person until you are then also able to actually recognize, I need to change my behavior. If my show is talking about a set subject, it needs to be on that set subject. Why are we now deviating and then going into something else that has nothing to do with what we're talking about? And I'm also acknowledging Uguti, they've got a cult following where even when you just criticize the things that happen on a show or based off of clips that you see on social media, they are very quick to come at you. But the reality is that is a cult following that is filled with people who lack empathy, and it's not cute. Like, it gets to a point, okay?
Yes, it's always funny to me when people call for the cancellation of a podcast show, because usually the opposite happens in most cases. Alright, Sharp Freddy, I'm out maybe a bit with the comments they made on this episode, right? Body shaming and all of that. But if you're going to call for the cancellation of the show, it won't work. It's proven. I mean, look at the Podcast and Chill as a network. Some of their defining moments are as a result of a cancellation attempt. I mean, in 2020, 2021, if in there was this whole Manchester United situation, Upenduk. I remember Upenduk. And they were calling for their heads. Instead, the show grew. 2021, 2022, they dropped the episode of Chub. Easily one of the most controversial anythings in history of SA media. But what happened is the show grew. It grew in reach, in numbers, in subscribers, everything. So the opposite of the cancellation attempt happened. Open chats. Open chats, they've been pushing, they've been moving nicely this whole time. But one of their defining moments, not all, but one of, was last year when people were calling for the cancellation of the show, right? And it was people in the streets, but open chats over everything. So attempting to cancel the show will never work because the podcast industry, I think it thrives in controversy. 8 out of 10 times, it thrives in controversy. Mac G alluded to the same fact when he was talking to Reason on the recent episode of Podcast and Chill Thursday, right? He said there was a show, I think a hip hop, they were saying nice things about everyone. It died. But then you find the controversial stuff, because people thrive in controversy. Whether it's a bad thing or a good thing, topic for another day. But that's the name of the game. It's the modus operandum in the whole podcasting game. I think that's my end. So when it comes to piano Pulse, some people are gonna catch feelings. Some people will be offended. But the truth is, this is going to grow the show even bigger than what it is. The way things are moving, by the end of this year, this show might be one of the biggest podcast shows in the country, simply because people thrive, people love controversy. And what that's going to do is that people will be tuning in, viewing, numbers will go up, making the show bigger, of which is why I think Mac is never firing these guys. Reason tried to ask him, Guti, are you letting these guys go? Mac, but no, these are my fighters. For that exact reason, the podcast game thrives in controversy, and it's the name of the game.
The clumsiest and most reckless clickbait I've ever seen comes from that podcast network. And you guys would rather tell them what kind of content they should produce instead of changing your viewership. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Deborah Lyon, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things marketing, brand building, and sometimes pop culture. Now, some very disturbing clips have surfaced online coming from a very popular podcast in South Africa that's supposed to speak about Amapiano, but they tend to speak about the artists, degrade their bodies, degrade their appearances, and talk about their personal lives. Now, these clips have gone viral because the artists that they were speaking about in this particular episode really didn't take the commentary well, and they were vulnerable enough to share their experience online, delete their posts on Instagram, and just talk about how those comments were affecting their mental health, right? And I'm not going to mention people's names because I think we all know who we're speaking about, and I don't want to give that podcast any more airtime. I think they've got way too much airtime. My gripe is this. You guys are the audience. You get to watch, you get to decide who you're watching, when you're watching, what kind of attention you'll give them, what kind of viewership you give them. And you choose day in and day out to keep giving this podcast views. You keep talking about it, you keep commenting week in and week out. If you really believe that their content is toxic, why don't you just watch podcasts that show you the content that you want to see, that you claim that you want to see? Why keep empowering these platforms that disempower other people, that bully, that do all these terrible things that make our society not such a nice place? I'm all for supporting African creatives and doing what they need to do. And I understand, I'm in the business of it. I understand that clickbait is how you get the numbers. Clickbait is how you make the money. But there's so many other ways to speak about these things in a way that is responsible and that isn't detrimental to people's mental health. And also what this podcast is teaching young people is that this is the way that you make it. This is how you must behave if you want to make it, which is completely incorrect. There's so many ways to do what you need to do. So my gripe is with the audience. Why do you guys keep watching the things that do not serve our society, that do not help us become the world that we want to be? I'd say the most powerful way to make a mark is to cast your vote with who you watch, the content that you're watching and consuming, and the content that you're talking about. But let's talk about it in the comment section below.
I saw that there's a petition going around to cancel Piano Pulse because of the comments that Nota and Sfiso made about Thatohatsi's body. first things first, number one, you can unsubscribe from that channel. You don't need a petition. Not everything needs a petition, guys. You can unsubscribe. The problem is you guys gave these people a platform to say whatever the fuck they want to say. And now they are getting comfortable there in those seats. They are saying whatever the fuck they want to say. Now they are analyzing women's bodies. Is that not a podcast to talk about music? Where do women's bodies fit into that equation? Tell us. For 5 marks, we'll give you time. Do you know what disappoints me the most is that on that panel, there are 3 women. 3 women on that panel. Mars looked down at the ground. That girl sitting on the left, down at the ground. The other one, she looked around, then looked at Nota, and I'm just there like, okay, so nobody's gonna say anything. They're just hearing and watching these people say these things about Thatohatsi's body, and it's so normalized. It's so okay. Is that what you guys do in the work environment? We have a man-child here, Sfiso, going around showing people's royalties, saying whatever he wants to say about people. Insulting anyone and everybody in the industry. Sfiso. We have Nota. Firstly, we don't even need to talk about Nota because we all know Nota's not mentally, you know what I mean? It's shaky there. Because Nota, we all know Nota's not. Go look up why that man got divorced. Just go look up. He's not normal. You gave him a platform. The same person who was asked about GBV and his response was, fuck it, they deserve it. Sorry? Then we have Tari there. Allegedly, he's physically assaulting people. It's only alleged because we don't know if it's true or not, but the allegations are saying that Tari is physically assaulting a woman. Sfiso and Tari, we know what they did to Monaga. In the workplace, yelling at a woman. It's giving misogyny. And then you want to tell me these 3 people combined, you want to give them a platform to speak. Unsubscribe. It's that, why the petition? As much as I don't respect Monaga anymore, after the whole, I earn people's salary in one video, I don't respect her anymore, sorry. But she at least had the guts to tell Sfiso and Tari when to shut the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? These girls, you guys just sat there when they're calling and people saying no, it was a compliment. He was saying that she styled nice. No, he said her body doesn't look amazing. She doesn't have a good body. He then referred to her legs as twig legs. Body shaming is not exclusive for just big people. Skinny people can get body shamed too. Duh. So honestly, like, this petition going around is so unnecessary. Just unsubscribe. Take away the platform that you gave them. Take it away, because at this point in time they have gotten into scandal after scandal after scandal where they're misogynists. These are the same people who said reason going from dating Loot Love to what's this, Gigi Lemaine is a downgrade. These women are beautiful women, by the way. Thatohatsi is beautiful, Gigi Lemaine is beautiful. You gave them this platform. You can take it away. It's that simple. Tari's changed. He was the first one to tell us that he's being body shamed there. He was the first one, body shaming. But you are there giggling in the presence of a woman being body shamed.
No. Thatohatsi doesn't have a song where she's the only artist that's featured, the only vocalist.
But okay, when you listen to the song, you hear Thatohatsi the whole song.
It doesn't matter whether you hear the dog. No, because you listen to TikTok snippets,
no
right?
way.
No,
You can't listen to Thatohatsi as a snippet.
Let me direct Nota, guys. Okay, Nota.
Talk to me.
The reason why I'm valuing Thatohat's talent and
because you're a fan.
No.
Yes.
Of course, I get that, but I want to give you a point. Thatohat so far is the only artist in the country as an upcoming artist that was
upcoming, yes.
As an upcoming artist
Without an album, yes.
Wait, yeah, I get that. Cool. Without an album that was put in between 2 beasts.
How?
In the music entertainment in one song.
How?
And beat them all.
How?
Abantwana bakho is youngster, is Nkosazana daughter.
No, don't tell me. No. We're tired of hearing youngster, dog. We're tired of hearing Nkosazana daughter sing the same way. So when we hear Thatohatsi on the song, it's like, oh, something fresh, something different, right? Wait. Nkosazana daughter has got songs where she's on her own, and she's able to do that.
Of course.
Thatohatsi hasn't carried a song on her own.
She did actually.
Which song on her own? Oh my goodness. Is that a hit? Is that a hit?
You see, listen to Baba.
Is it a hit?
Yes,
it's a hit. No way. is, dog. There's no hit on Mota, guys. There's no hit.
Hey, but nah.
Even Ngozama is not a hit. Ipupa is not a hit, guys. Let's not lie to ourselves.
It's a good song.
It doesn't matter if it's a good song.
What do you mean let's not lie to ourselves?
Let's not lie to ourselves. There's good songs that are not hits. There are amazing songs that never become hits. You understand what I'm saying? You listen to that Sfazo RT album, there's a lot of amazing songs on that thing. You listen to that Murumba Pitch album, May one, there's a lot of amazing songs. That song got no Mkize on that Thingamajig Murumba Pitch album is better than any vocal performance Tato Hat's ever done. That's it. That's unequivocal. You understand what I'm saying? Ntokozo Mkize doesn't do amapiano. She's done 3 or 4 amapiano songs. Calvin Momo, Kabza, and every time her vocals sound better than anything you've ever heard Tato Hatsi do.
So, okay, Nota, you were saying that